Before we start, as always, please take what resonates and leave the rest out. You don't need to force anything you hear today to fit into your life. Always trust your own intuition and discernment to know if this message is actually for you. If it lands, let it land. And if it doesn't, just let it pass through. Okay. With that being said, let's begin. So I'm going to mention who this message is for. Something is coming through really fast before I even fully sat down, so bear with me. I'm getting the word static, like a radio between stations. There's a lot in this one. So I'm just going to be honest with you up front. This reading is going to wander a little before it lands, because that's how it's coming through to me. So stick with me, even if it feels scattered for the first few minutes, okay? I don't want to skip ahead and lose the thread. Let's talk about who this is actually for. Two things are showing up together, tangled into each other, and I think that's going to be the whole shape of this reading. The first is work, but not just a job, more like the thing you're building, whatever that looks like for you. And the second is a person, past, present, or someone who hasn't arrived yet. And the strange part is these two threads are wrapped around each other. What's happening with your purpose is somehow tied into what's happening or what happened, or even what's about to happen with this person. So, if you're someone who's been feeling pulled to rethink your direction, your work, and what you're creating, and at the same time, there's a person sitting somewhere in the back of your mind, this reading is for you. And if that's you, welcome. And let's keep going. I want to sit with this a little longer before we move forward, because I think it's important you actually feel into it rather than just nodding along. Close your eyes for a second if you're able to, or just soften your gaze. Ask yourself, is there a project, a job, a calling, a thing that's been quietly tugging at you lately? And separately, is there a person who keeps drifting into your thoughts uninvited at strange hours for no clear reason? If both of those things are true for you right now, that's your confirmation. That's how you know you're in the right reading. Okay, so what I'm seeing with you specifically right now is this. You're in the middle of a shift, and it's showing up as either a lot more clarity than usual or a lot more confusion than usual. And here's the thing I want you to hear clearly. It doesn't matter which one you're in, because both of those things are the same signal wearing a different costume. Both mean something is moving. I'm being shown that recently, maybe you already know exactly what this is. You let go of something, or something let go of you. It could have been a relationship, a job, a friendship, a version of yourself you were dragging around. Something that was creating interference. Not because it was evil or wrong, just because it was loud energetically. It took up bandwidth. And now that it's gone or going, there's this quiet that's honestly kind of disorienting because you're not used to hearing yourself this clearly. I keep getting the image of a radio finally landing on a station after a long stretch of static. That clarity or that confusion, if that's what you've been feeling instead, is actually the sound of your own signal coming through undisturbed for maybe the very first time in a long time. I want to say this gently but firmly. The emotions you're feeling right now aren't random, and they're not a problem to solve. They're just proof that something is finally moving after being stuck. So don't panic if it feels like a lot. It's supposed to feel like a lot. Let me slow down here because I think this next part matters the most. A lot of you are going to want to rush into this next stage. You're going to want to immediately understand what the clarity means or immediately fix the confusion. But I'm hearing very clearly, not yet. Right now, your only task is to let the static keep clearing, not to interrupt it, not to act on it, just to let it settle. The way dust settles in a room once you stop moving around in it. I'm also picking up that some of you have been here before. This isn't your first time clearing static. And there's a temptation to compare this round to the last one. I'd encourage you not to. This clearing is happening at a different depth than the ones before it. It might look similar on the surface, but energetically, it's not the same layer. So try not to measure this moment against an old one. Let it be its own thing. Now, here's where the second thread comes in. As your signal clears up, as you get quieter and steadier inside yourself, there's a person who feels that shift, even from a distance. If this is someone from your past, I'm getting that they built a version of you in their head a while back, based on a noisier, less settled version of you. And the strange discomfort they're feeling right now is that the version of you they invented doesn't match what they're sensing anymore. You've become harder to predict, harder to project onto. And that's uncomfortable for people who liked having you figured out. If this is someone who hasn't come into your life yet, I'm getting that your clarity is actually what allows them to find you at all. It's like a signal that was too faint to pick up before. The more you settled, the more findable you are. So, either way, I know this might be the part some of you are waiting for. This isn't about chasing them down or trying to force contact. Your only job in this part of the reading is to keep clearing the static. The rest tends to sort itself out once the signal is clean and clear. I'm also picking up something physical here. Briefly, some of you might be feeling unusually tired or noticing you need more rest or more water than normal. It might be nothing. It might just be your body catching up to everything shifting internally. It's just something to notice, not something to worry about. I want to go a little deeper into this connection thread because I don't think I'm fully done with it yet. There's something coming through about timing, specifically. About you wanting this to move faster than it's going to. I'm hearing the phrase, you just keep checking if the signal's clean yet. Like you're testing it over and over to see if it's time. And I want to gently say, you'll know. You won't have to check. When it's actually clear, it won't feel like a question anymore. It'll just feel obvious. For some of you, this person may reach out during this window. For others, the reaching out might not happen for a while yet, or it might look different than what you're picturing. A mutual friend mentioning them, seeing something that reminds you of them, or a dream. I don't want to promise a dramatic reunion moment for everyone because that's not what I'm being shown. What I'm being shown is smaller and steadier than that, more like a slow retuning than a single loud event. So, work, purpose, creation on one side, this person, whoever they are for you, on the other. Both threads responding to the same root cause. You getting quieter, clearer, and more yourself. And that's really the heart of today's message. Okay, so now that we've laid it all out, I want to spend a minute on this part that people usually skip. So, what do you actually do with a message like this? Honestly, less than you think. I know that's not always the satisfying answer, but I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise. This isn't a reading that's asking you to take a big external action right now. It's asking you to protect the quiet you just gained. That might mean saying no to things that would reintroduce static. So, like a draining conversation, a chaotic environment, even a well meaning friend who wants to overanalyze your situation with you. You're allowed to protect this stretch of clarity, even if it looks like withdrawing a little. I'm also hearing that journaling or just talking out loud to yourself might be really useful for you right now. Not to figure anything out, but just to give the signal somewhere to go instead of it spinning in your head. Some of you process out loud and some of you process on paper. Either it's fine. Just don't let it all stay trapped and swirling internally because that's how static builds back up. And with the person, if you're someone who's been tempted to reach out first, to check in, to send that message, you've been drafting and deleting, I'd sit with that urge a little longer before acting on it. Not because reaching out is wrong, but because I want you to be reaching out from clarity, not from the anxious, static, checking energy I mentioned earlier. There's a real difference in how those two energies land on the other end. That's really everything coming through today. To recap gently, you're clearing static on purpose or not, and is showing up as either clarity or confusion. And remember, both are fine. Your work and your creative direction are tangled up with a person, past or future, who's noticing the shift in you even without being told. And your job right now isn't to force any of it forward. is just to protect the quiet while it settles. As always, remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and trust yourself over anything I've said today. I'm sending you so much love and magic, and I'll see you on the next one.